Hello. If you're watching this, that means you are damn kaypo and you want to know more about my relationship. Like, why? You're probably also one of the people who has been following me for a while and has seen me through the trials and tribulations of modern dating. You probably rooted for me to stop getting my heart broken by a new fuckboy every 1 to 2 months. And for that, I thank you. And you're probably really happy for me now that I found someone. So yay, thanks. A while back, I posted the NGL thingy. And then, unsurprisingly, many of the questions were about my relationship. And then I wanted to make a dedicated video, like going through all the questions, because I didn't want it to be like a fleeting IG story that will disappear into the void after 24 hours. First things first, how did we meet? My boyfriend, his name is Heng Soon. Many people call him Mr. Ants because that is his IG username. We met on a dating app, OkCupid to be specific. Fun fact, actually really sad fact about me, is that I started using dating apps since I was in poly, and I was like using it on and off for the better part of close to 8 years. And I wrote an article about it if you want to read more about my experience. Some really horrifying things in the article, like having my appearance shitted on by random hardware zone people. Yeah. So as you would well imagine, I have been through lots and lots of heartbreak from the guys I met on dating apps. And also I met my ex on Tinder, so yeah. With Heng Soon, is like, I saw his profile and it did not impress me that much because he only had 2 photos. That's very little. And I couldn't really get a good gauge of what he looked like. But his height was like a plus. He's like 177, 178. Cannot remember. And he's Buddhist, same as me. And he doesn't smoke, which is like a huge thing for me because I cannot deal with smoking. And my ex smoked, and I thought it was something that I could either eventually be okay with or he would quit. I messaged him first because he had a bio that appealed to my interests. He said that he has a list of food places that he would like to check out, and then I literally have a food place myself. So I said like, oh my god, I also have a food list, we should combine our food lists. And then yeah, so we started talking from there. People asked what made me choose Heng Soon over like fuckboys, because you know my love for fuckboys has been made very public and I received so much hate for it. Many people were like commenting and even like DMing me saying like, you're a stupid slut and you do not deserve to find real love, and I hope you get like your heart broken over and over again by fuckboys. I mean, I don't blame them, I guess. But when I met Heng Soon, I was like, I mean, obviously he is like a super good and kind and caring human being, but he has like the mannerisms of a fuckboy. I don't know, like a lot of people think that he is like a cute, cuddly Care Bear kind of character, which I guess he is. He's very silly and goofy, and my number 1 requirement for a partner is like great sense of humor, so that is a big old check for him. He got like the styled hair, the pierced ear. He got the buff body that I like. So yeah, he seduced me that way. So people have asked like, what made you think that he's the one? Like, what made you want to commit to him and this relationship so seriously and officially like retire from the dating game? So the way that I found out that he was the one for me and everything clicked in my brain. Okay, backstory first. I'm somebody who's very intense, and that has scared away both dating partners as well as friends. Like, I always get told like, oh my god, your feelings for me are so strong. I feel like I can never match up to it and it's like suffocating for me, so I have to like dip. Bye. So it's something that I used to have a lot of sleepless nights crying into my pillow over. and wanting to like change to not feel things as strongly. But then I thought about it, I was like, no, like when the right person comes along, they deserve to have me feel everything that I can feel for them to its fullest potential, and I should not dim my feelings just because some other people cannot handle it, because these feelings are like love, you know. And y'all know me, I love kids, I freaking love babies, I can't wait to have a baby, and I want to get married, I want to settle down. I'm not like the type who can date for years and years and years and be like, what are we? I don't really know, but I'm just like enjoying your company. No. Happy for you if you are leading that lifestyle, you know, different strokes for different folks. But personally, if I find the one that I'm supposed to be with, I would like to settle down and start building our family and our future together. So when I went about using dating apps as I aged, by the way, I'm 27. As I grew older, it became more and more pressing for me to find somebody who shares similar goals in life, i.e., wanting to get married and have babies. So that scared away a lot of guys because I have no nuance about it. I'll bring it up within like the first or second date, or better yet, I'll bring it up when we're texting, even before the first meetup, because my philosophy is, why waste time if we're not aligned? Oh my god, I didn't even mean to rhyme! Am I Eminem? Yeah, like I'm totally not about that like, oh, let's chat and see where it takes us kind of vibe, because once I get invested emotionally, I get like real deep in it, and I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get heartbroken when you tell me that, oh, actually I'm not looking for something serious. Actually, I don't plan on having kids. I don't like kids. Or actually, I don't plan on getting married till I'm like 40. I've literally heard all of those things before. Oh my god, what flashbacks. So when I met Heng Soon, when we had like gone out for our meetup and stuff, I was at a stage in my life where I had gone on so many first dates slash first meetups with guys from dating apps, and they were all duds in the sense that either we don't click or we don't share the same goals, and like we're not looking for the same thing. It was such a long string of such people that I was just like tired and kind of numb, and I went into meetups with like a like, I don't really care, my expectations are non-existent. But when I met Heng Soon, he turned out to be really nice and easy to talk to, and we had like the same communication style and sense of humor. And then on our fourth date slash meetup, mind you, it was a super duper casual date. It wasn't even like a date, it was more of an impromptu supper meetup. And then after we had our food and we were just like chilling and chatting, I do not know how the conversation topic came about, but I told him like, oh, by the way, I work in media. I mean, he already knows that I work at the Smart Local. It's not like it's the first time I mentioned it, but then just like to reiterate, I said I don't make like big bucks or anything, and I'm also not the type of person who aspires to make it like super duper big in terms of finances and like get a big house, get a big car, blah blah blah, have like millions in the bank. That's not me. And then I said, so if you're not okay with that, then I need to like put it on the table first. So if you're not okay with it, then we can just like, you know, not proceed with this, not get any further. And then he was like, okay. And then he got quiet, and then he didn't really say anything for like a long time. And then I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then I was like fiddling with my drink, and then he started using his phone, and I was like, oh shit, like I've seen this before. He is like tapping out of this dating relationship right now. That was like his deal breaker. He does not want to continue, he does not want to be in this. And I was just like bracing myself like, there goes another thing. And then he puts down his phone, and then he was like, I've calculated our combined household income, and I've deduced that we have enough to buy a house and have kids. And then I was there like, this is our fourth date! We know each other for like 2 weeks! And you're talking about getting a house and having kids? And then for the first time in my life, I realized what it must be like for guys who I've just started dating slash talking to, when I say that I can't wait to have babies. I finally found like the guy version of me, finally found my equal, and I was like, hell yeah. But it did scare me a little bit, not gonna lie, at that point, because we had only known each other for maybe 10-11 days. So yeah, but his commitment to it and his sincerity really like bowled me over. And I suppose that's what led us to today. There was a question about how our first date went. So our first date was at Walking on Sunshine at Orchard Central, very aesthetic cafe. I've been there before for like work shoots, and I love their buttercream latte, so essentially I just wanted an excuse to drink it again. 21st February or something. We started talking on like 16th February. So there was this like moment during the date where he was like, have you ever received like flowers for Valentine's Day? And I was like, nope. And then he was like, really? Serious? Like not even once? Like really? Never? Huh? Really? Like guys never give you flowers? Like he kept asking again and again and again, even though I politely and calmly said, no, yeah, don't have, like, no. He was like, huh? Really? Like guys never give you flowers? But like for Valentine's Day leh. Then I was like getting pissed, and I was like, yeah, don't have. And then little did I know he had prepared a bouquet for me. So that was really sweet, because I've never received a bouquet from anyone other than like my ex, and even then it was like a single stalk of a fake rose for $1. Don't even! So yeah, the fact that he gave me like a big old bouquet on the first meetup was like high level, because usually like people who meet from dating apps, they go into it not really thinking that it would go that smashingly well. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention a very important detail. Oh, sorry. I was his very first dating app meetup. And, you know, he found the one or whatever. Just kidding, guys. Yeah. And then we had a great meal, and then we walked along Orchard Road to sit down at the Wisma Atria steps and talked. I do this thing on like pretty much every single dating app first meetup, where I make them do like this personality test. It's called like the VIA Strengths Survey or something. It essentially ranks your strengths. And for me, right, because humor is so important to me, obviously I want someone who has like a great sense of humor, and for him it's like number 2, so that's great. His first strength is like honesty, and I do agree he's really, really honest. I've dated a guy before, like literally the previous guy right before Heng Soon, his humor was like second last or some shit, and that really was accurate, because he is like a complete snooze fest. I've never been so bored spending time with a person and like speaking to them. The only time I ever laughed when I went on dates with this guy was when I said something and made myself laugh. But yeah, those were dark days. And then after that we went to get bubble tea at Fru's, and then we sat outside Ion and sipped our drinks and continued chatting, and then we made our way respectively to our own homes. I wanted to give him a hug, but then he called it a chicken wing hug, because I only did this like, and then he was like, okay, bye, and then he ran into his train, and I was like, oh, what was that? So yeah, but you know, all in all, it was a great date, because at night I was feeling the feels intensely, and I actually texted him like, oh my god, I'm feeling very strongly for you, but from past experience I know that the stronger I feel for someone, the more it ends up hurting when it ends. So now I'm really scared to allow myself to feel these emotions. And then he was like, I cannot promise you what will happen between us, I cannot give you a guarantee, but one thing for certain is I know that I will like try my best. And I was like but yeah, there are some people asking how did we get together. I'm not sure if that is like the same as how did we meet, but I'll just tell the story of how we became official. Basically, it was less than a month into like since we first met up in real life, maybe like 3.5 weeks, and then we were kind of like feeling that we were gonna become boyfriend and girlfriend. I know it's really fast, don't judge, but on that day I introduced him to my family and he introduced me to his family, and it went very well, it went very smoothly. And for me, being able to have a solid and positive relationship with my partner's parents is something that I really, really value, because I don't know, like I just want to get along with their family. Yeah, it's like having another family, you know. It's so warm, and like I love love. So yeah. And then at the end of a very socially stimulating night, we got together officially. Our anniversary is 19th March 2021. Yes! Quite a lot of people ask when we're gonna like get married, settle down, and like oh my god, my eczema hands are atrocious. So sorry that you have to see that. But yeah, he popped the question. He liked it. He put a ring on it. And despite my eczema, he is willing to spend the rest of his life with me and my juicy, juicy face and body. I'll spill more tea on the proposal on a later video, because as you can see, I can't be concise and my stories end up being like 7 hours long for each question. So yeah, once I was 7 years old. It's like on one hand I want to show you guys the ring, but also like every time I move my hand closer to the camera, you get an up close glimpse of my eczema wounds. So yes. What other questions do you have for us? Let us know in the comments, I guess. Okay, thanks, bye. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, I guess.